Welcome back, everybody. Normal DayZ. Here we go again. Right then. Where were we? I needed more planks. We need more storage. Okay. That we can deal with. Somebody outside. Just wait. See if we can see him from the back window, shall we? Don't want to take out the fowl. We don't have enough gear for it, really. It feels to me like there's somebody outside. We've still got 4 doors. Okay. Have a sip of coffee and then we'll push out. We'll cut some planks. We'll get some stuff repaired. So we're basically getting ready to, we're carrying on building in base, getting everything sorted in the loot table. Loot table? You know the word I'm looking for. The loot within base, and building defences as we go. Hi Willie. I'm doing good, thank you. And you? Hi John. I'm doing good, thank you. Hope you guys are. Our little sentry. Just one day off and all I did was sleep. Still haven't hooked up my PC. Right, and we need nails now. I should have some ready to go. All right, and what are we going to make first? Craft gun wall, no. Table we've got. Wall shelf, I think, is the next thing we need. Yeah, wall shelf. Just want to play your server so bad. No, you have to hook that PC up, mate. All right, put that away. Grab that one. Hopefully it will let me place this on this wall. That way round, isn't it? Oh, it's proving to be janky, isn't it? It doesn't like building on these walls at all. Really want to stick it on there once we've covered up that. Okay, so drop it down here for the moment. We'll pop some planks in there. Make a wall kit. Of that. Pick that up. Make that small. that there. Close that up. These are a bitch to place on this server. That out as well, so I can see where I'm placing. Good. That one down. I need a hammer. Place that inside and that inside. We'll need more than that though. That inside. Let's get this built. That out. That out. That ruin. Moment. That one up. Still won't let me place it. Walk up and drop. Don't like that position. It's because they haven't put the mod in build anywhere. Open that. That's fine. That will be useful as that. Now let's hopefully should now sync. It won't. Doesn't like it against the wall, does it? That's just annoying. If I was inside a normal building, it would be fine. It's just because this building is not made. You have to put extra stuff in to make it work for base building. And the server owners haven't done that. And they're not likely to, because this is not, it's not my server. Okay. Flip that there. It will. So that'll have to do. A little bit of storage. Okay. Okay, that's that done. Now, what I wanted to do is put a floor down here and see if it will work as a kitchen. That's the next thing to work out. The only way to do it is to build something. So, floor kit. Where did I put the nails? That was silly, wasn't it? Another hammer. Okay, so I'm going to place the floor in. We're going to see if things snap to the floor better. If they do, that'll mean that we'll build using that, which will make life easier for us. And if it doesn't, all we've done is waste one lot of floor. There's nothing in the big scheme of things. Now let's see whether this place onto this better. Yes, it will. Not perfect, but okay. I'm great. Sorry, I was finished cooking my lamb dinner. That's all right, mate. So this could become kitchen. When it goes solid white, I can place it. It's being temperamental. Ah, now it wants to do it on not non-solid white. Okay. So there's a kitchen. So now hopefully, if we build another table, we can stick the table next to it and we can build a kitchen area. That's the sort of aim. Need more wood to do that. Okay. Normal wooden crate would do though. Work from there and work outwards. And then we need to go and get a new guns and shit. That can go away. They'll certainly need to go away. That closed. We need to get all the loot out of this. That up. Hopefully that will allow me to place it there. Looking good so far. Place that one on top there maybe. No. Okay. So maybe there. That'll work. And then we've got cooking facilities. So now we can close that one. That means we can just see those two. That's perfect. Right then. So water. Fire lighting. Tin openers. A knife. That way. Purification kit. Fishing kit. Little bit of first aid. Growing kit. First aid. First aid. We bring that bring that up. Get that lengthways. Just trying to make it neat, guys, because as much as I'm on now, Chuckles will be on probably later when I'm off. That can be for food and tins of food and cans of drink. That one needs to be burnt, so it can go in the burning pile. That works. Right, put this log away. Close that. Okay. So I think, oh, paper, I need to pick that up. Do with moving that shelf system. Didn't really work like I wanted it to, so I wonder if we can place it on top of the table now. Oh, it wants to go the other way on this one. Can we break it up? Yes. We've got server restart in 5 minutes, guys, so obviously we'll wait till after the restart to do anything stupid. Make fans, good. That's blocked off so we can't be shot. That door's locked, good. Guns are on there. I need to put the saw and the battle axe away. Yeah, so we'll wait till the server restart, guys, before we push out on the ground. I hope you like our wallpaper. This is the Land of the Free wallpaper. So take the wallpaper off. Just a wooden wall. Wallpaper on. So we need to go food hunting, meds, clothing, better guns, another rucksack like this for Chuckles after the restart. So we're just going to wait for the restart, guys. It's about 2 minutes away. And then we'll push out on the ground. 3 minutes away. Done a little bit of work on his place. Chuckles has a kitchen to work with when he comes on. That window's blocked off so we can't get shot. Do need to block that window off so I can't get shot from over there. But it's another day problem. And then I need to block off that window right along there. Just to make this a safer environment. our gun area. Nice stuff. Dumping the ceiling stuff. Repairs. Concrete making. Kitchen, as you've seen. Workbench. And our sentry. You're allowed 10 code locks on this server. We're on 4 so far, and we've got 1 metal door. So the equivalent of 5 explosives to get into us, to raiders. It's a US server. 15 on at the moment. It gets up to about, it's a 50 slot server, and it gets up to about between 25 and 35 people at weekends. Just the right sort of level where you can have fun still. But we need to go out and get some better weapons and ammo and shit. So we'll wait for the restart, get out on the ground, see what we can find. And I'm only going to take the 12 gauge, so if I get killed, I get killed. It doesn't matter. We've got a barracks quite close by, so I'll go and hit that to start with. And then we'll push further out and go hunting. And for the ones of you, if you're still there, Willie, this will be me, if you haven't seen me on webcam before. Hi. Yeah, we've got the restart kicking in. And I'll be right back, guys. As soon as the server goes live again, we'll be on. So just waiting for the server to come back up, guys. As soon as the server's back up, we'll be in. And then we'll carry on searching for... Need more guns, need more code locks, need more ammo, need more food. Could do with another barrel, potentially, for storing ammo in. Ha ha! John, I thought you might. Had to be done. Rude not to. You know me. Let's see if this server's come back up. Was it 1 minute past? It might have done. Yeah, third in the queue. That's fine. We'll see if we can do another King of the Hill. If one spawns down south. Because that worked out very well for us last time. Goblin Stormtroopers. They're coming back next wipe. But I'm hoping to modify the loot spawn from them with something special. That's all I can say at the moment. Because we're probably not going to have a trader next wipe. I haven't decided yet quite how I'm going to do the trader hub. I don't want to have a trader. Come on, let me wake up. This game, you start off, this server, you start off sleeping when you spawn in. What time is it? Well, it's going to be about to be night time anyway. So we're going to wait here till morning. There's no point going out on the ground until morning, because it'll be too dark to do anything. Our first port of call will be barracks that is there. Because there's a chance of getting... Well, I got this rucksack out of it this morning when I was on with Chuckles, which is not bad. Little 56 slotter. And I'm not taking out big boys' guns yet. And not that we have that many. I suppose I could take them. No, I'll stay with the shotgun. We've got plenty of gun storage. That lot there, plus the table. Arguably, you can probably store a gun on, I'm guessing. Yeah, and an ammo box. I say we weren't going to go out, we are. There is a cement mixer down here, so one of the other reasons for living nearby is because when we get cement, we can very quickly make it. We've got the wire now and we've got the battery, so all we need to do to get a cement mixer working now is cement. And then we can build cement doors, which is a game changer. It takes 3 explosives to get through a cement door, rather than just 1 for wood, 2 for metal. So if you can do 30, well sorry, there's 10 doors you're allowed on here. If you can do 10 doors in concrete, then arguably it takes you a 30 door raid. Sometimes you get an M4 in here. Taking this lot home. We do need a spark plug because all the key cards are out to sea on this server. With that little haul, pair of boots, pair of combats, bit of ammo, good. Weapon. That's building in DayZ building. Shadow of a doubt. Stuff off. We'll leave them for Chuckles. I'll take the jungle boots. Arguably, Chuckles can have them. I'll take the combats. Suppressor. Let's get that pistol. Get a pistol redone. Weapon. So that was a good little haul. Box of ammo. 9x39 needs to go above that, but below that. Okay, so they all need to come forward. There. Then we've got 9x39, then 556. That's fine. Okay, we need to drink. We probably need to eat as well, so we're going to go for the canned peaches. Still got a little bit of ammo, good. So after the sun comes up, we'll push for maybe Starry. We need to be doing military runs basically. We'll push for that mill. And then we'll push inland a bit. Or maybe go down to Topakina across to that one. And then our way down to here. Yeah. That's what we'll do. Message to Chuckles in case he's awake. Right, guys, basically we're waiting for morning. That's it. Now, so the next 10 minutes will just be sat 10-15 minutes, maybe 10 I expect, because it's going to get very dark, and then we'll push out on the ground. It's 4 times, then it goes, I think, 24 times for night. But happy with the base. Seeing that we came on last weekend, we put the flag up and we hadn't got any code. We hadn't got a base building plus book, and someone stole our flag and most of our gear, which is understandable. Then we came on yesterday, and luckily Chuckles found a base building plus book, and then we could code lock. Then we found metal, so 4 doors in, 1 metalized, flag up, and pretty much sorted in here now. Need another barrel for ammo, and probably a couple of barrels for clothing. But really, we're sorted. And some better gun and some extra guns. Need some more 5.45 and some 5.56s because it's a vanilla server. You know, I'm wearing plate, which is the best armor in the game on vanilla. Could do with a better helmet, but I can live with that. Security door open. Because someone's got a boat. I don't know where they all are. They don't show up on the map. It's awesome. So you have to, when you get a key card, you have to also find the things that you can open. And that's what we're probably going to have next wipe, GoblinZ. Probably, if I can get them working. It makes most sense. Everyone's had a good weekend out there. Coming up to 7:15 UK time. Bought a new mouse today, guys. I've been using an M65 mouse forever, Corsair, but the left click was starting to go, and my arthritis is getting worse in my right hand. So I bought an M65. Sorry, I bought another Corsair, but with a thumb rest built into it to hopefully help me a bit with the hand. You know, arguably, my doctor said stop gaming. That will help your arthritis. It's like, well, that's not going to happen. I'm always going to be a gamer. And we've got our tent up here. Actually, another one of these tents would be quite good. Could stick one on that platform, or put a platform in here and stick one on. Because you do get 150 slots of easy storage. Doesn't cost any nails to make. You lock yourself in. Yeah. We could do with another safe, but we need another code lock for that. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. You know, foul 74U, actually 74 with his stock on. 74 with the stock on. Pioneer, some strange Russian assault rifle, 9mm. CRs, BK12, BK18, shotgun, and whatever Chuckles is running with. Selection of pistols, a little bit of ammo. We're doing all right. And next wipe, we might go for a castle build. I haven't decided yet. Potentially a castle build next wipe. Because there's no helicopters on the server. So a castle build where you airlock from the ground floor up to the first solid floor. And in there you've got your main living area, and then you airlock up onto the ceiling and build a box on the roof, and on the roof is where you have your like storage for good shit, your loot room with a couple of windows, a window facing out either on each of the sides, so if somebody is raiding you, you can see from distance, you can get shots on. Makes sniper heaven, but everybody knows you live there and you become raid bait. Where here we're off the beaten track a little bit, we're right down here. Most people, from what I can gather, are probably living in that sort of area to give easy access to here and easy access to here. Maybe a little bit through here. We've seen a couple of bases around this area, small. Wouldn't be surprised if people are living in Cherno. Probably on the outer edges there, near the airfield. Would make sense. Or out on Salisky, again, would make sense. That makes a very good island to build on. You have to swim to it, but because you have to swim to it, means anyone that wants to raid you also has to swim to it or get a boat. So it makes it not safe, but it makes it safer. It's not a bad thing. Like, as I said, we're coming into night time. Went out to 10 times, which is good. Server's nearly 50% full, which is also good. Good for the server owners, they're getting some numbers up. People are too friendly on this server for a PvP server. They're all a little bit chatty and they arrange to raid each other and they talk about it and that sort of shit. Whereas obviously I'm not. I'm a bit more, I'm not going to arrange to raid someone, I'm just going to fucking raid them. So once we can get our gear up, we'll go up explosive hunting and then we'll go out looking for trouble. But really what I'm doing is I'm playing this sort of when I'm waiting for the 17th of the month to come, because that's when Scum 1.0 drops and I will be streaming some Scum. I'm going to go and find a Scum server to play. And Scum is just like hardcore difficult. It takes DayZ to extremes. It makes GoblinZ seem positively easy, does Scum. It's a hard survival game. And against players, and base building, and flying, and parachuting, and fishing, and farming, and medical, and AI. And you can build any size base you want. It's hell. That's right, don't talk about it, just do it. That's the big thing we're waiting for, is Scum to come out, because Scum will be a completely different experience for you guys. If you've not seen any Scum streams before or played Scum, it's a good game. It's a really good game. It's literally, if you wanted to make DayZ harder, Scum is what you end up with. And I don't play it all the time because I can't play Scum and DayZ at the same time. But I might be due to have a break from DayZ for a few months and switch across to Scum. Also, it has a single player mode built into the game. And later on this year, it's coming out on PlayStation and Xbox. But it's been 7 years, has it? About 7 years they've been in early access. And a week on Tuesday, it releases. It's a good game. Really good game, which you'll see. But you play a prisoner on an island where it's like a game show, fight to the death, last prisoner standing. Not that you can get off the island, but That's the background to it. So it's Hunger Games for prisoners. Um, yeah, but and they've got zombies on there that they call puppets, mechs, so your two-legged ATSTs trying to kill you, um, hardcore puppets trying to kill you and other monsters, animals trying to kill you, the environment trying to kill you, and now they've got AI patrols that want to kill you. And in the middle of all that, you're trying to build a base and survive and stay alive, and yeah, and different environment. The map, only one map, but the map has desert, normal, tropical, swamps, snow, all built on the same map. But hundreds of controls, lots of it's different. So, say you're stood up and you want to crouch down, you use your mouse wheel, and what that does is it moves you up and down by little amounts. If you're running and want to run faster, you use your mouse wheel, and then you'll run quicker or slower depending on how much you move your wheel. But you can there's PvE servers, there's PvP servers, there's a mixture of both servers. As I said, you can play it single player and without having to modify anything. You just go into the game and say I want to run it single. It's just you on the server. I'm hoping I can get Chuckles to play it because he does own it. Because it is good fun, but really difficult. But if you like hardcore survival, that's the one to watch. It'll be worth watching. Right, we just need the sun to come up, guys. Right, it's 24 times night. We do have a set of MVGs, I believe, that Chuckles found somewhere. Don't know where he's put them. It won't be him that's put them, it'll be me that's moved them. Not sure where they ended up to. And we need more metal. Because metal will allow us to metalize the doors. Just monitoring what people talk about in chat. You know, it's like, where's your base? Oh, talking sort of that. That should never happen on PvP servers, which this is. It's like they're all too friendly to each other. Oh well, that's why I'm here. I'm not friendly. This is I believe, a 6-man server. Yeah, 6-man team server. But we're playing as a duo. But we're on different time zones, so it's not often we meet up now. As soon as the sun comes up, guys, we will be on the ground. 2200. 24 times night. It gets light about 4 a.m. In an event on Saturday night coming up. It's a Capture the Flag event. I'll probably record it and release it as a recording rather than stream it. Just because it's a bit more, my machine's better able to handle it. I don't have the upload to handle lots of people in the same location at the same time all doing the same shit. My machine just falls over at 4K, and I don't really want to stream at a lesser quality than 4K. Whereas normal DayZ I'm fine with because you don't get 36 people in the same location at the same time, or 40 or 50. Now just waiting for the sun to come up. The other server we were playing, it's too broken to play, unfortunately, so we've stopped it. And Merv's gone off to do other things. And we're still waiting for Cookie to come home. When Cookie comes home, we'll find a server that Cookie, myself and Chuckles can play together again as a trio. 100%. Once he gets released for good behaviour. It sounds like he's in jail. He's had another kid. So he hasn't got the time to game at the moment. Which is unfortunate. That's a shame, but that's life. We miss him. So I had to find a server that Chuckles and I could play at our level, where we'd still get to do some PvP occasionally. Keep the skills up. Had to be a PvP server. Couldn't be AI, really, because they're too easy. I wanted to stay as a team, because Chuckles and I work well together. I didn't want to go to a roleplay server, because that's a bit weird. That's why we've ended up here. Waiting for the sun to come up, as I said, guys. I do apologise. I can't make it any quicker. It is coming up to midnight in game, though. As I said, it's a US server, so it's 13:30 the server set at the moment on a Sunday, which probably means people are thinking about having sort of food and things, which is why we've got less people on. But from my perspective, I quite enjoy playing US servers. The numbers are right for me. I don't have to pay extra money to get on the server. And currently I can't really play GoblinZ because we've got bases. Though with the August wipe, we're not going to have bases anymore. So I should be able to play that. But I won't play it regularly. Because it's not... I make the server for you guys that play it, rather than me to run it. I enjoy the challenge of making it. And that stretches my brain and makes me think differently. But it's not really about me. It's about giving something back to the community. I'd like it to be more popular. I'm hoping by taking base building away, it will become more popular. That limit, and the trader, if we get rid of the trader as well, it will all become a bit more survival. People have to build stashes and improvise shelters, and as we said, end game will involve a code lock and a tent. So if you get to the end game island, fight through the AI, get out the other end alive, extract, then you'll get to 2 boxes, probably. You'll have 1 key. You'll have to choose which box to open. And the boxes, one box will have some loot in, and the other box will have a different set of loot in. And then you'll need to extract from there and make it back to one of your stashes. And one of the things that you'll get from that is a tent and a code lock, and potentially a raid saw. So you can raid other people's tents and code locks. But that will be the only place you can get a tent and code lock from. That's my aim. So every other time that you build a base, it will be unsecure. So it will try and make players do end game to be able to secure something, and do end game multiple times to be able to secure multiple stuff. We're probably going to have vanilla weapons plus the RSAS. I found a mod today, it just has the RSAS in it, but it has 50 variants of the RSAS. You get barrels spawning in the world, and then you get different bodies, and you fix the two together, and depending on, so you might get a body that's in British cam, a body that's in American cam, a body that's in lots of 50 different colours, and then when you fix them together, you end up with an RSAS that will use a DMR mag, fit normal scopes to it, but you can have different colour RSASs depending on what parts you find. So I think we're going to put that in just because it gives something for people to collect in their base. We're not having the collectibles that you're used to, but we're having a different collectible if I can make it work how I want it to work, connected to the chicken. If I can make it work, there'll be, should I tell you? Yeah, I'll tell you. There'll be Kinder eggs, chocolate Kinder eggs, that will give you something to eat, and then something in the middle that might be useful to you. And I want them to spawn inside the chicken hutches. So you search the chicken hutch, you've got a chance of a normal egg. We'll probably take feathers and crossbows out because they're shit. And then angry chicken trying to kill you, and potentially a Kinder egg that will then give you chocolate to eat, and a prize inside, which will be linked on a different table, which will be something like you might get a box of matches, or you might get a stack of purification tablets inside the Kinder egg. It'll be things that in my head would fit inside a Kinder egg, but they'll all be useful things. It might be a key, you know, a key to something inside a Kinder egg would be amazing to give you a reason to search chicken sheds or chicken hutches. That's my aim anyway. I haven't decided yet whether we're going to go for a hot server or a cold server. There's pros and cons to both. If we go cold, obviously you have to light fires all the time to survive. Brilliant. If we go hot, then lighting fires will make you overheat. But you'll need to light fires to cook food all the time. Either way, lighting fires at night will be dangerous, because you're not going to be able to lock yourself in a base. So you're going to have to think about where you put your fires, and where you build your bases to, and how you make use of the terrain to camouflage the smoke and the, what do you call it, fire, the flame. But I'm sure you'll all think of that when you're playing the server. There are ways of doing it. I mean, obviously it will show up a little bit, but there are ways of making it show up a lot less. Still trying to find a mod currently that will give us fortifications that without fortifying buildings, because I don't want you to be able to fortify buildings. But I would like a way of like building barbed wire walls and things around your base, so you could make it feel you could channel players. Potentially lockers. Obviously you won't be able to lock them unless you get to end game, and then you'll be choosing, do I want a tent lockdown or do I want a locker lockdown? Players make that choice. But potentially lockers that you'll make with metal, because you might decide to take over a building even though you can't lock it down, and make that your building and put some lockers inside. Players will be able to play it their way, and potentially something else, but I've yet to again look into that yet. Maybe we'll see. Again, without the code lock, I've just gotta. We might lose the map mod we currently have though, because some things aren't compatible with it that I need to run, or I might have to look at that after Christmas and then pay for the other map mod. So this one here, which is a lot of money. But then we can have our own logo on it and links to the Discord and all that sort of stuff. And then I can run it with different shit. But sun will be coming up soon, guys. So 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, sun will be up soon. And then we'll get back out in the ground. I'll be streaming for about another hour and a half, guys. Take me to 9 o'clock UK time. Because I need to be up at 6 for work. And I want to mellow out and watch some TV before I go to bed tonight. Or play some Subsistence just to calm down. Subsistence and calming down doesn't really fit together, does it? If you're watching the VOD back and you're enjoying the content, please remember to like, maybe drop a comment. Always up for a sub. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps the channel grow on our road to 1,000, as you can see there. Currently at 659. We've gone up 159 in just over 6 months. So I would expect to be, if we grow at the same rate, 6 months time, we should be hitting the 800 mark, and then about this time next year, 1,000. It'd be nice to do it quicker, but that's about where we are. We grew massively last week, but I was streaming more. This week it's calmed down. It's difficult, which is one of the reasons why I'll switch across and maybe stream some Scum for a while. So it's a different player base, different people watching, different people subscribing. And it doesn't hurt DayZ. They fit in the same universe. I'm just going to grab a drink a second, guys. Right then. Sun should be coming up. Yeah, it's starting to come up now, which is excellent. It's been a long 20 minutes, hasn't it? And then we'll push for Starry, or Starry Isle, whatever you pronounce it. And then we'll do a little run around some of the other military in the area. Down to here. Across. Basically, we're looking for better gear. We need to up what we've got. I don't really want to, you know, I need to get some more 5.45s and 5.56s. But I also recognise we need to get armour for Chuckles. We need more food for the camp. Because our food supplies are low. Or emergency food supplies. Not perfect. We need more ammo. Certainly we need more guns. And sun at 4 o'clock. Should be nearly up. We'll go direct across. We're only taking the 12 gauge, so if we die, we're not losing massively. One thing we lose is a plate. That would really annoy me. They're hard to come by, but fine. So on this server, you're allowed 10 doors. Forget the foundations, BPP items, doesn't really matter. And a maximum of 25 code locks, so 10 can be on doors and 15 on containers. Bring you a total of 25. You've got 6 rounds in that? Yeah, and a backup 6. Okay, that's fine. Sun will be up and we will push out. Wish us luck, guys. Wish us luck. Godspeed for goblins and all that. Got a server message a second, guys. Right, sun is up. Sorry, Goblin, got to go have fun. That's not a problem, John. Thanks for being here. Search starts. Quick check in here for metal. If there is metal in here, then home and reinforced doors straight away. Battery, don't care about them. I'm just going to make our way to the RV. And loot up. So I'm not looting en route because this is about acquiring more better gear, not about general loot. So this doesn't have infinite stamina, this server. It has boosted stam. So it's why I ran that far before I started to feel ill. Or started to lose breath. Now we'll walk for a little bit. Let our bar work completely up. And then run again. There we go. That'll do. But you will drink more calories and more water if you're running. And you do have auto run that you can use. Right, 21 players that want to kill me. Server is nearly 50% full. But Cherno with 50 players is a small amount of people for the size of the map. Though arguably it used to be 70 on vanilla, didn't it? Or it is 70 on vanilla. So you can run for hours and never see anyone. This is the sort of numbers I'd like on GoblinZ. Really would. It'd be nice. But we're working on that. Quite tired. I was up at 4 though this morning. And it's now 8 o'clock nearly. It's been a long day. I woke up at 3, and then I went back to sleep at like 10 past, and then I woke up wide awake at 4:15 in the morning. Too much really. So this might be cut short, this stream, just because of how tired I am. I need to get a normal night's sleep tonight because we are back to work tomorrow. Not got any time off now till August, apart from weekends. This can be... Hi, fire! Sleepy goblin. Yeah, it's a very sleepy goblin. How are you, mate? We need to find keys on here, or key cards. We've not yet found. Bump helmet. Better than what I'm wearing. Not bad, my friend. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Really good. You know, apart from my sleep pattern's shit at the moment. Do I want a tactical fleece? Don't really need that. Don't need that. Don't. That can come there. Chuckle needs a helmet. The fleece is probably worth more to me than other items. Lack of zombies in here is a bit strange. That we need. Maybe, but I am strongly. Oh, I want that. I want that. I don't know why I want that, but I do want that. Belly pouch. Don't want that. Do want that. Yeah. Get rid of that. Keep the helmet for Chuckles. That's better. Okay. I've got to see what Scum 1.0 is like. I am looking forward to it though. Four rounds of 7.62 in that. That's not too bad. Can't complain at that. Quick check of this Humvee. MP5. Is that MP5 as well? Yeah, fuck that off then. I was going to reply to your message. I saw you were live. We should team up with Scum. He said maybe to me in chat. He doesn't like me. Ah. Yeah, well, that's down to individual people, innit, mate? You know, none of us like everybody. Yeah? Is that fair to say? But I like you. You know that. But I'm looking forward to Scum 1.0. I just won't be able to play all the time. You know, work is busy. But I'm looking forward to it. I'll just take a break from DayZ, play that for a while. I can't play them both at the same time. Right, now we need food. So we've got an SKS, which is a good part of this run. There's some food. I know I'm your favourite person online. My favourite person online was somebody I haven't connected with for a long time, actually. Don't need that. Haven't seen for ages. But I used to be friends with somebody that was dating somebody from the EastEnders cast. I'm doing a Goblin search. Bought a new mouse today, Fire. So I'm getting used to the control. I'm getting used to how it feels. I'm hoping it will help with my arthritis in my hand. What was the reason for it? We are... Sorry, so I need to do that one next. Still a Corsair, but it's got a thumb rest on it. I'm hoping that's just enough, and the mouse is slightly bigger, and I can weigh it. It's got added weights I can take in and out, so I'm hoping that'll be just enough for me to give my hand a better chance of survival. I believe there is a DayZ update I need to run on Goblin. I think Dabs has updated again because Dabs are having an issue at the moment. That. You know where I am. And Dab's framework is just something that runs in the background to make mods work better. Thank you for the subscription. Massively appreciated. And again, another one. Thanks, guys. So we'll make our way down to the mill. And then go from there. We'll ditch clothing over weapons. Water's dropping massively. How surprising. Thanks, Fire. I'm getting better. My end screen now has a please remember to sub bit on it. So I am getting better. It just takes some time. And of course, I occasionally put webcam on as well, just to annoy everybody. There you go. And if I put a light on, get me in light. Shitty, wasn't it? Yeah, there is that. Wouldn't go 7 foot. I'm 6'3", 6'4". You would tower over me 5'8". where are we on loot wise? Move pistol up to there. Won't take it. It will. Take that up to there. Don't like 45, but we don't have a lot of choice on this server. It's so vanilla that anything's useful. And we're building up silencers at base now, so at least we can go zombie killing when we want to farm them. That's next then. And I've got my foul in base, which is nice. Could do with a bit more than a foul, but still, we've got a foul in base. It's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. And the other thing, Fire, if you're still there, we got last week was 50 memberships as a... Somebody gifted 50 memberships as a wanna. It's amazing. Very impressed. Got to pay for car parks this month. Uh, 76254 or 308, and I've got a foul though, but I've only got 18 rounds for it and a mag, no stock, stripped down. So 308 or 76254, which is the NATO version of 308. So it's very vanilla. It's vanilla with sprinkles. Some of the sprinkles haven't been very well done though. So they haven't got build any or place anywhere. So you can't place things inside your base very well. So they won't snap on base building plus walls correctly. Which is a bit of a shame. Them having to be creative. 10 code locks max, 3 tiers to BBP, 25 code locks maximum for your base, so you can have 10 code locks and 15 lockers locked. Hacksaws to do 10 code locks, raid drivers to do locker code locks, and explosives to do doors, door only raiding. Doing more numbers. It's a nice server. Yeah, difficult, isn't it? It's really difficult. 1.28, and I don't blame BI. They don't write mods. You know me. I know other people do blame them, but there's so many mods out there that the authors stopped updating them 2 years ago that everyone still runs with, and then yeah, we're now stuck in a world where they might not work with the latest version of DayZ, but everyone expects them to, and it will take a while for people to sort their lives out and work out how they're going to get around it. I've had problems on Goblin. I Those sleeping bags are having problem. Dabs is in a situation at the moment where Dabs keeps updating, and every server that runs mods needs to run Dabs because it makes mods work easier, or makes mods work. Oh, there we go. That's a standard train, isn't it? It's always here. Isn't there a well down here at the farm? Or the little housing estate on the outskirts? Yes, there is. Yeah. It's 1.28 though, for it didn't do very much foreground, but background did it fuck over modded servers. When I got home from work, 1.28 had been out for 2 hours. Most modded servers were off. It took me 3 hours to get it working on GoblinZ, and we don't have a lot of stuff on there. You tried Bastion, maybe? I don't know if Bastion does a big enough thing for your server to play. But they only wiped Friday. But it is raiding from any direction on Bastion. But non-door raids take twice the amount of explosives that door raids do. And if you get to concrete, you can only raid doors. Concrete walls will stop. You can't plant explosives on concrete walls, basically, ceilings or floors. Food. But I suppose it will just take a couple of weeks for people to sort their lives out, won't it? And get the mods sorted. I was going to go Bastion this wipe for this one, but I don't think with the limited time that Chuckles and I are on at the same time, it would work. Fuck. Right, we're going home. But Bastion's a possibility. I think whichever one would fit into your world. Yeah, Bastion on my list of ones. Bastion only really works for me when I've got me and Cookie on every evening, or most evenings, and Chuckles on occasionally. But you guys are on a lot. You've had enough of me now. There we go. Get this fridge home. And this SKS, to be honest. Because I could run with the SKS. I've got a scope for it, I think. It's a conversation to have via, yeah. And it's not my team, really. It's me and Chuckles. I mean, I was offered, when we left the other one, I was offered a place. I was offered a place on 2 teams, to be perfectly honest, but I was offered and I had to turn them down because I couldn't take Chuckles. Because my team is me, Cookie, and Chuckles, realistically, playing 3-mans. But we don't have... Chuckles and I aren't good enough to play trios without others. The other one that you could play potentially would be Loaded. I think they allow swap outs on some of their servers. It's not a bad server. Down bad. Again, not a bad server. But it's something you have to be full time on. And they've only just wiped. Down bad wiped Friday. Oh, I think, or they wiped this Friday. But arguably, Scum's out next Tuesday. Well, Scum 1.0 is next Tuesday. So... Yes, Mr. Zombie, I know you're with me, and I know that I'm about to run out of stamina. I want to get this fridge home. That solves the storage problem. Fire would be like, you've got red food. That's where he should be. It's taken me ages to train him. Not for long. I know Chuckles will be on this later. You know, he's working nights at the moment, but he's off for 3 days, so he'll appear at some time. probably after I've gone to bed, and then he'll be on when I wake up in the morning. And I'll probably get an hour run with him when I get up at like 5 for work, before I get ready for work. And maybe get a run tomorrow evening with him, depending on what his timescales are. And then he'll be back to work and I won't see him then for 4 days. But I tend to stream now and play DayZ more at weekends and do less during the week. I did a run on Dave's new server earlier, did a run on Fallout Z, which was quite good fun. They do need to do some tweaks on it, make it work better. But you'd expect that. Is that fucking... Oh, box of 12 gauge. Thank you very much. Waiting for Camelot to come out and be finished. Camelot 2.0. That's set down in Cornwall, which is obviously next to where I live. So there'll be a DayZ server in medieval King Arthur times. Looking forward to that. There'll be Goblin the Elder or something. Might even be tempted to run some Reforger. This server, it's 6. But it's not. I said to you in the message. It's 6 people. But the server's full of people that think that they're massive PvPers. Would be a fair way of putting it. I'm here because for Chuckles and I, we can probably hold our own, or at least stand a chance. Because I wanted somewhere that wouldn't be too demoralising for us. You know, I'm not a good PvPer, we know that. And if I play full-on PvP servers where I'm likely to die all the time, I just want to walk away from the game. It makes a shit stream. Where people will watch DayZ for the looting and the survival side, they won't watch it for you dying all the time. Unless that's your sole, how you run it. But it's only a 50 pop server, this one. After Christmas Fire, I will have a favour to ask from you. I'm going to a new server for GoblinZ after Christmas. I'll be building it from middle of December. I'm switching to a new provider, and we're like tripling the speed and the RAM and the hard drive space. So I'm going to do something new for me. But I'd like to invite you in to help with the beta. Like close behind a password. Just get in there and do certain stuff. But I'm changing GoblinZ as of August, as in we're not going to have bases anymore. It's going to be stashes, and endgame will be a tent with a code lock and a raid saw. We're going to turn it much more survival. Because players aren't overly getting involved with PvP, and they're building a base and then staying behind the doors, not raiding each other, not even shooting each other. They're making friends on the server. Thanks, Fire. What I'm doing is I'm taking away their ability to base build. So it will be improvised shelters, that sort of shit. No code locks. As I said, endgame will have a code lock and a tent. Just so people, if they get to endgame, which I'll probably get you to test, but this will be Christmas time because of what we're doing. I can't do it on the hardware I've got now. Need to move to the new hardware. But basically, I'm going to turn Salisky Island into endgame. There'll be 2 ways in, 1 way out. It'll have a fair amount of problems in there. The first half of it will be gas. So when you first get in, you'll get a chance to change into your CBRN kit, NBC kit, and then it will be, you'll have to fight for an area that's all gas zone, and then you get through the gas zone, and then you'll go through a punch card door that's only 1 way in. That'll then get you to end game, where you'll fight hard AI, and then when you get through the hard AI, you'll get to the loot crate rooms. That gave me a fright, that fucking Z. And then once the loot crate rooms are done, there'll be an extraction that extracts you into the sea. So then you'll have a route round on land, but you won't be able to get back onto the island main. And then you'll go home to your stash. Roughly is what I'm working on. But I'll need to give you, when we do it, a certain amount of ammunition and all the gear, and get you to practice, get you to run endgame to judge how hard it is. But it's the end game bit that's going to be it can't be impossible. Thank you, Fire, that's massively appreciated. But it'll be, yeah, after Christmas. Basically, I'm going, at the moment I've got 12 gigs of RAM, and I'm going to 24. At the moment, we're not being followed by Z if I'm going to eat, are we? At the moment, I've got a single core 4.6. We're going to a quad core 5.8. And I've got... It'll mean I can handle more AI on the server at the same time and do a bit more. And I'm going to a bigger and faster M.2 drive for the server. But going to 4 cores and double the RAM as near as damn it is going to be massive. I will also have it will also be a 127 slot server, but I can turn on or off the slots whenever I want to. Whereas at the moment, I've got a 30 slot server that if I downgrade it, I can't have them back unless I pay again. Whereas the server I'm going to gives everybody 127 slots, and you can choose whenever how many or how little you want. So I can start it off as a 20 slot server, and if we get 20 people playing on a regular basis, I can just up it straight away to 30, up it to 40, and just keep building it. As we move into a more professional survival server. I've also got AI that can wear suicide vests now and run towards you with a vest that's beeping, and when they get to you they detonate themselves. They'll have like a plate on, or look like a plate, and it will beep, and it's got a red flashing LED, and they'll run towards you, and if they get to you they'll detonate on you and kill you. Which I quite like the idea of. Appeals to that bit of my brain. And that will just be an end game AI. That and some shooty ones. I'm not going to stick them everywhere, but they'll want to protect the assets. Brutal. I know. Awesome though, isn't it? So it'll be my version of the labs, but it won't be, you won't teleport to it. Yes. Yeah. You won't teleport to it, and it won't be underground as such. It'll be open air. But by not putting the TP stuff in, it's less to go wrong. And I'll also be building the whole server slightly differently. So I'll be building the whole server as, rather than it called Chernarus, it'll be called Chernarus 1, which means when BI do an update, it won't update my server. Just the background, so it won't muck up all my fucking files every time. You get to see the base now. It's been a bitch to build. Because on this server, getting base building fuss books was really difficult. You can't make them with paper. Though we've got 3 of them now. It's easy flag, which was nice. And obviously we've got our sentry. There he is. Home sweet home. I know, seeing that since Saturday, maybe Friday night. We're doing okay. Oh, put the helmet away in helmet house. Clothing. I know you're hungry, Goblin. Pistol. 223. .45 ACP. That done. Shotgun. See, that's not going in there because that's going to come straight with me. Got the SKS off. We need food. We need to move that table because it's not needed anymore. Not a bad little base though. It's just that they haven't got a place anywhere in here, so it's a bitch to build in here. Like, it's vanilla. Nothing snaps to fucking BB+. Oh, it's awful. Such a shame. I can't place it there. We'll go there. Not there. We don't need it anymore. Now we've got the fridge. So let's get it back into being something useful. Oh, this won't let you break it down. Bastard. So, will it let me place it? Extra armory table. No. How about that side? Oh, maybe there. That'll do. Extra armory table. Now, get a screwdriver. We can move that next to the cooker, which will solve that problem. That problem solved. That's that done. Oh, paper. On this server, everything needs to be fucking saved. That done. Ammo's done. Oh, screwdriver needs... Oh, weapon part. 556. Good. Screwdriver away. And I think, guys, that will be it for this evening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the interaction. Thanks for the chat. Remember, if you've got a goblin in your sights, miss.